8 foods that prevent cataract and glaucoma. If you're worried about your vision getting worse every year, this might be the most useful video you watch today. Did you know that your favorite snack might be increasing your risk of blindness, and that something as small as changing the oil in your salad could actually protect your eyes from permanent damage? Cataract and glaucoma are two leading causes of vision loss worldwide, and what you eat is either helping or hurting your eyesight, sometimes without you even realizing it. Studies from top research centers like Johns Hopkins and the National Eye Institute have found that certain foods can slow down the progression of both these conditions by fighting inflammation, improving circulation, and lowering the pressure that damages your optic nerve. In this video, we'll go through 8 powerful foods that do exactly that. These aren't exotic or expensive. These are foods you can find at any grocery store. We'll talk about how much to eat, how to avoid common buying mistakes, and the best times to consume them for eye health. One of the foods near the end is something people usually prepare completely wrong. Make sure you stick around so you do not miss it. Now that we know why this matters, let's begin with one of the most powerful yet often overlooked foods for eye support, and that is extra virgin olive oil. When we talk about protecting our eyes from long-term damage, especially conditions like cataract and glaucoma, one food that rarely gets enough credit is extra virgin olive oil. This oil is not just a cooking staple. It holds compounds that actively protect the sensitive parts of the eye. Just 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil gives you nearly 2 milligrams of vitamin E. That is about 13% of your daily requirement, and this vitamin plays a critical role in protecting the eye lens from oxidative damage. Vitamin E acts as a shield against free radicals, which are unstable molecules that break down the proteins in the lens, eventually leading to cloudiness. Have you heard of polyphenols? These are plant compounds found in high-quality olive oil that reduce inflammation inside blood vessels, including those serving the optic nerve and retina. There is also a compound in extra virgin olive oil called oleocanthal, which research from the Manel Chemical Senses Center found mimics the anti-inflammatory effects of over-the-counter pain relievers. That means your olive oil may help lower low-grade inflammation in the eye without needing medications. Do you already use olive oil regularly, or do you mostly use vegetable oil or canola? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Now, if you're wondering how to use olive oil in a way that benefits your vision, here's where small choices matter. The most effective time to take it is during the day, not late at night, and it works well as a finishing drizzle on steamed vegetables like carrots, spinach, or kale. You can also mix it into a homemade salad dressing without vinegar or garlic, which could irritate sensitive eyes in some people. When shopping for olive oil, look for the words cold-pressed and first press. These terms show that the oil was made using a gentle process that protects the active compounds. One big mistake many people make is using olive oil for high-heat frying. Doing this breaks down its beneficial compounds and turns it into a less helpful fat. Also, if you take more than 3 tablespoons a day, it could add unnecessary calories to your diet, especially for older adults who may not burn calories as efficiently. Drop a comment below if you're going to take a second look at your olive oil today. Before we move on, I would love to know where you are watching from and what vision concerns you are dealing with right now. Are you trying to slow down cataracts or manage eye pressure naturally? If so, make sure to subscribe to Knowhow and tap the notification bell so you do not miss out. And if this content speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it does not, type 0. I want to keep making this better for you. Let's continue with something incredibly small but surprisingly powerful for eye protection. This next one only takes 1 or 2 bites a day to make a real difference, and we are talking about Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts might not be the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about eye health, but they contain one of the most important minerals for protecting your vision. That mineral is selenium. Just one Brazil nut can contain up to 90 micrograms of selenium, which is more than the entire recommended daily intake for adults. Selenium helps your body produce glutathione, which scientists often call the master antioxidant. Glutathione works by recycling other antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E, and also directly protects the lens from oxidative breakdown. A healthy glutathione level has been linked to slower cataract formation in research shared by institutions like the National Eye Institute. These nuts also contain small amounts of zinc, another nutrient essential for retinal repair and optic nerve function. Do you currently eat any foods that give you selenium, or is this your first time hearing about it? If you want to get the most out of Brazil nuts, the best time to eat them is with breakfast or your first meal of the day. Pairing them with fiber-rich foods like oatmeal or fruit may help your body absorb the minerals better. You should avoid taking them with coffee or tea, especially early in the day, since caffeine can interfere with how your body absorbs selenium and zinc. When buying Brazil nuts, always choose the unsalted and unroasted ones. Roasting at high heat can reduce some of the beneficial nutrients, and added salt may raise blood pressure, which could worsen glaucoma if left uncontrolled. It is also important to store Brazil nuts in the refrigerator because their high-fat content makes them spoil quickly. Now here's something to keep in mind. Eating more than 2 or 3 Brazil nuts a day can actually be harmful. Selenium is powerful, but too much of it can lead to a condition called selenosis. Symptoms can include fatigue, digestive discomfort, or brittle nails. For seniors, especially those with thyroid conditions, high selenium levels can interfere with thyroid hormone balance, so it is always a good idea to check with your doctor if you have concerns. Are you planning to add Brazil nuts to your daily routine, or are you already a fan of them? Let me know in the comments. Now we'll move on to something rich, creamy, and easy to digest that does a lot more for your vision than most people realize. Let's talk about plain Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt is more than just a source of protein. It is packed with riboflavin, also known as vitamin B2, which plays a major role in protecting the outer layers of your eyes like the cornea. Vitamin B2 supports the repair of eye tissue that breaks down under constant light exposure, pollution, or poor diet. A single cup of plain Greek yogurt gives you close to half of your daily needs for riboflavin, and that is something many people lack without knowing it. This same cup also contains about 20 grams of protein, which helps maintain tissue strength in the tiny muscles around the eyes. And here's something not many people talk about. Greek yogurt contains probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that reduce inflammation throughout the body. Studies from UCLA have shown that gut health directly affects eye pressure, so having a daily source of probiotics could help manage risk factors for glaucoma. Have you ever noticed a connection between your gut and how your eyes feel? If so, I'd love to hear about it. To make it work better for your eyes, plain Greek yogurt should be eaten earlier in the day, like mid-morning or early afternoon. Adding toppings like ground flaxseed or a few chopped almonds boosts its eye health benefits even further by adding omega-3 fats and vitamin E. But be careful when choosing your yogurt. Avoid sweetened versions or those that say fruit on the bottom. These products are usually full of added sugars, which can raise inflammation and trigger oxidative stress that damages eye tissues, especially the retina. High fructose additives are especially risky for people with diabetic risk factors. Let's take a more detailed look at one traditional food that supports the eyes through natural fermentation and antioxidant content. We are now turning our attention to miso soup. Miso soup is not just comfort food. It is loaded with nutrients that directly support eye health in ways many people overlook. This soup contains a fermented soybean paste that holds a rich mix of minerals, including zinc, copper, and a powerful plant compound called quercetin. Zinc plays a key role in transporting vitamin A from the liver to the retina, which helps maintain sharp night vision. Copper supports the blood vessels that supply oxygen to the optic nerve, and quercetin has been shown in studies from the National Institutes of Health to lower intraocular pressure, which is critical in preventing glaucoma. The fermentation process that creates miso also boosts its health effects. Fermented soy isoflavones found in miso can help regulate blood sugar levels, which becomes especially important for people with diabetic retinopathy. People with elevated glucose often experience damage in the tiny capillaries at the back of the eye, so any food that helps keep blood sugar stable becomes valuable in an eye care routine. Do you or someone you know manage blood sugar and also struggle with vision issues? To get the benefits, making miso soup at home is far better than using instant packets. Those often contain too much sodium and preservatives that may harm vascular health. A simple version only needs 2 cups of low-sodium vegetable broth, 1 tablespoon of miso paste, a quarter block of soft tofu, and a teaspoon of wakame seaweed flakes. Just be sure to stir the miso paste in after you turn off the heat. Boiling it destroys the beneficial bacteria that support your gut and indirectly help lower inflammation throughout the body, and that includes inflammation that affects your eyes. So if you are looking for a gentle, nourishing dish with eye benefits baked into every sip, miso soup should be a weekly staple. If you are finding this helpful so far, please take a second to like this video. It may feel small, but it signals to YouTube that this message really matters. That helps Knowhow reach more people who are also trying to protect their eyesight before it is too late. If you believe more people should know this, tap the thumbs up now. Now, we move on to something you can spread, spoon, or blend, but still delivers a surprising nutrient load for the eyes. Let's examine the benefits of sunflower seed butter. This creamy and often underappreciated spread is packed with vitamin E, one of the most essential antioxidants for protecting the retina and lens from oxidative stress. Just 2 tablespoons give you over 5 milligrams of vitamin E, which is around 1/3 of the daily target for adults. That is more than many people get from their entire diet in a day. Vitamin E supports the fatty tissues of the retina and helps maintain clarity in the eye's natural lens. This butter also contains lutein, a carotenoid that acts as a filter for harmful blue light. That is the kind of light you are exposed to every time you look at a screen. And for those wondering how fats play into this, sunflower seed butter contains omega-6 fatty acids, which when balanced correctly, support the fluidity of cell membranes, including those in the optic nerve. Are you already eating sunflower seeds or nut butters daily, or is this something new to try? This butter can be stirred into a smoothie, spread onto whole grain toast, or added to warm oatmeal. It is especially useful for older adults who may struggle to chew whole seeds but still want the nutrient profile. When shopping, go for versions that are unsweetened and unsalted. Look closely at the label and avoid ones with palm oil or added sugars, which can shift it from a healthy food to an inflammatory one. Stay away from light versions too. These often remove healthy fats and leave behind stabilizers and fillers instead. Always stir the jar well before each use, because natural separation happens and the nutrients settle unevenly. One important point: more than 4 tablespoons of sunflower seed butter daily can throw off your omega-6 to omega-3 balance. That can lead to low-grade inflammation over time, which in turn affects circulation to the retina. So, moderation is key. Let's now take a more thorough look at a small, shelf-stable protein that packs a huge punch for your optic nerve: Sardines in olive oil are up next, and they bring more to the table than most people realize. Sardines may be tiny, but they are filled with nutrients that directly influence eye pressure, nerve protection, and long-term retinal health. One standard can, usually around 90 grams, offers nearly 2 grams of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These two types of omega-3s have been linked by research from the Harvard School of Public Health to reduced intraocular pressure, which is a major risk factor for glaucoma. They also support healthy nerve conduction, making them vital for preserving the signal pathway between the eye and the brain. On top of that, sardines contain a good amount of vitamin D, a nutrient that helps manage immune responses in the eye and may slow down the progression of glaucoma. Are you getting enough omega-3s each week from your meals, or are you relying mostly on supplements? Sardines also deliver high-quality protein with around 12 grams per can, which supports structural maintenance in eye tissues. They are easy to use in meals, too. You can eat them 2 or 3 times a week with lemon juice and chopped herbs, or add them to a mixed salad with leafy greens and beans. Try pairing them with whole grain crackers for a satisfying and nutrient-dense snack. When buying sardines, go for wild-caught options packed in extra virgin olive oil, not soybean or vegetable oil blends. Avoid flavored varieties, especially those in tomato sauces, because these often contain added sugars and acidic ingredients that can worsen inflammation. And do not forget to check the sodium content. Anything over 200 milligrams per serving could increase blood pressure, which indirectly raises the risk of optic nerve damage. Now let's continue with a food that supports gut health, strengthens your immune system, and helps regulate inflammation, all while delivering steady plant protein. Tempeh is coming up next, and it deserves your full attention. Tempeh is not just another plant protein. Because it is fermented, it actually makes nutrients more bioavailable, which means your body can absorb more from each bite compared to non-fermented soy products. This kind of fermentation breaks down phytic acid, which is known to block mineral absorption in the gut. So if you are eating other mineral-rich foods but not absorbing enough, could a lack of fermented food be part of the reason? Tempeh stands out for its ability to support the optic nerve specifically. It contains a solid dose of niacin, or vitamin B3, which improves microcirculation in the tiny blood vessels that serve the eyes. Poor circulation here can mean lower oxygen supply to the optic nerve, which raises long-term risk of nerve damage and vision loss. Are you already getting enough niacin in your daily meals, or is this something worth checking on your next nutrition label? Tempeh is also a good source of manganese and copper, two trace minerals that support tissue repair inside the eye, especially after oxidative stress from screen use or sunlight exposure. Just 1 cup provides around 15 grams of protein and over 10% of your daily niacin needs, making it a strong option even for those on plant-based diets. Try slicing it and pan-searing with low-sodium tamari, or toss it into a grain bowl with kale and quinoa, but do not over-marinate it. That can make it soft and mushy by breaking down its natural fiber. Also, be cautious with pre-flavored varieties, which often include added sugars and preservatives that reduce the benefits. Have you tried tempeh before, or does this make you more likely to try it now? Let me know your thoughts below. Let's now shift our focus to something hearty and warm that can quietly work in the background to protect your vision every single morning. Steel-cut oats are more than just a fiber source. They hold a wide range of eye-supportive nutrients that many breakfast foods lack. 1 cup of cooked steel-cut oats offers about 4 grams of fiber, but it is not just any fiber. It contains beta-glucans, a type of soluble fiber shown to stabilize blood sugar levels. That becomes extremely important when you are trying to protect the retina from the slow damage caused by high glucose. Consistently high blood sugar puts pressure on the delicate capillaries in the back of the eye, which raises the risk of diabetic retinopathy and accelerates glaucoma. Has your blood sugar ever fluctuated after breakfast? That first meal of the day might be doing more harm than good if it is not stable. Oats are also rich in selenium and zinc, two minerals that work together to prevent cellular damage caused by oxidative stress in the eyes. Zinc is involved in maintaining the structure of proteins in the lens and retina, while selenium is essential for the enzymes that break down harmful free radicals. Steel-cut oats have a low glycemic load, which means they digest slowly and reduce blood sugar spikes, making them far better than processed cereals or even rolled oats in many cases. You can cook them with unsweetened almond milk and top with sunflower seed butter or pumpkin seeds to add extra healthy fats. For better blood sugar control, try adding cinnamon. When shopping, always avoid instant oats, which are often stripped of fiber and packed with sweeteners. For a smoother texture, rinse the oats before cooking, and if you are cooking in bulk, store leftovers in the fridge for up to 3 days to keep them fresh. Do you already include oats in your morning routine, or is this a switch you might consider? I would love to hear how you use them. Now, let's talk about something practical and powerful that costs nothing, takes very little time, and can add extra protection for your eyes every day. Gentle eye massage and blink training are simple habits that can ease pressure in your eyes and help prevent future damage. When done correctly, a gentle massage around the eyes can improve the drainage of fluid from inside the eye, also known as aqueous humor. This helps regulate intraocular pressure, which is especially important for anyone concerned about glaucoma. Ophthalmologists at the Bascom Palmer Eye Institute recommend this as part of a broader strategy to preserve eye function naturally. Have you ever tried any kind of eye massage before? The blink training part is just as important. When you stare at a screen for long periods without blinking, the surface of your eye starts to dry out, and the lens can strain more to focus. This causes fatigue, and over time, it can lead to chronic dry eye. Consciously blinking every 5 seconds for 2 minutes can reset tear production and ease tension in the surrounding muscles. For the massage, use 2 fingers to press gently in a circular motion around the temples and just below the eyes. Do not press directly on the eyeball, as that could cause harm. And do not skip hydration in the morning. Starting the day with dry eyes adds even more strain to your lens. Have you already been doing any of these steps? Or is this something new for you? Drop a comment below if this is something you will try this week. Let's now take a more detailed look at everything we have covered so far so you can put it into action with clarity. Here is a quick recap of the most important foods and habits for eye health. Extra virgin olive oil stands out for its powerful antioxidants. Brazil nuts provide selenium, which helps protect the lens from clouding. Greek yogurt supports gut health and provides riboflavin, both of which influence long-term eye function. Miso soup brings fermented compounds that support healthy eye pressure and blood sugar. Sunflower seed butter gives you vitamin E and lutein, both critical for retina protection. Sardines deliver omega-3s and vitamin D, which support optic nerve health. Tempeh provides niacin, manganese, and copper for circulation and tissue repair. Steel-cut oats offer blood sugar stability and antioxidant minerals. And finally, the bonus habits of eye massage and blink training support pressure control and hydration. If this video gave you even one useful tip, do not leave without subscribing to Knowhow. And if you felt like I really understood what you are going through and offered a path forward, type the word relief in the comments.